this is a battle for about 6. But if you go to NASCAR and you can show them that the tires are flat spotted, they may give you a set. Obviously, they were not convinced that set was flat spotted. So that means Carl has already used 2 sets plus the set he started on, and we're only 50 laps into this race.
Side-by-side action there. Tim Fedewa in the 12.
Whatever adjustments they made on the 12 car, it's not liking these adjustments whatsoever, because he was running up at the top 5. Now he's sliding back to about the 8th position. See, Mark Truex Jr. in 8 car, Dick Bergen was talking a while ago. Watch this race car, because you knew Kevin Mannion probably on that first stop, he would make the right adjustments. Now he's up there in the 10th position after falling back almost to 20th when the race started.
33 car right behind him. That is Tony Raines. He's in the 28th position. Raines had a flat tire on lap 30 that brought out the first caution.
But he's the first car lap down. He would like to see another caution right now and get that free pass. This team is running the entire schedule. Remember, this is the team that Tony Stewart won Daytona with, and they're 5th in the owner points.
Clint Boyer in the 2 car goes by Jamie McMurray in the 64 to 3rd position.
Watching Clint Boyer, remember, he qualified on the outside of the front row. His car looks like it really comes to life several laps after a restart. If he can ever get up there with Reed Sorensen and restart with him, possibly may be able to give him a little competition. But right now, he's basically about 3 seconds behind our leader, Reed Sorensen, in the 41.
And let's not forget, Clint Boyer led 104 laps in this race a year ago, and he was involved in that wild finish, but he brought her home 4.
Yeah, that finish was living proof. Even if you're running 6, when you take the white flag, don't give up, because that's where Michael Waltrip was running when the white flag came out.
But Michael Waltrip left Nashville with that Gibson guitar. Reed Sorensen is your leader. Lap 53 in the books. There's that guitar we talked about. Reed Sorensen, he's staking his claim for it. Back at Nashville Superspeedway, J.J. Yaley on pit road. A lot of damage to the right side of his Joe Gibbs Racing Chevrolet, and we'll show you what happened.
They were battling for the 12th position. See J.J. in 18 car, Casey Kane in the 6th. Casey gets in the left rear of J.J. Yaley, and then Ashton Lewis in the 25 gets in the back of him and just beats the whole right side off, front and rear.
And Ashton Lewis Jr., we've been told, now has a tire rub. He had nowhere to go.
No, he was just a victim there. When J.J. Yaley shot up in front of him, there was just nowhere for him to go.
What were you saying about give and take?
Wasn't a whole lot there that I could see here just 60 laps into this 225 lap race. They've taken J.J. Yaley's car, the 18 car, to the garage area. This team is another one of those hard luck teams. Good qualifying runs here lately, just not a lot of luck in the races.
Yaley started today from the 6th position. They've done a great job of qualifying. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Reed Sorensen continues to hold point. He's led all 61 laps here today.
He's almost 3 seconds in front of Kenny Wallace, the 22 car right now, running in 2nd.
On board with Kenny Wallace, the Stacker 2 car. Our Stacker 2 track fact is there have been 4 first-time winners in 7 Nashville Busch Series races.
Reed Sorensen in the 41's working very hard at becoming number 5.
Jack Sprague got his first Busch Series win here. Jason Leffler won here last June.
I see a lot of guys in the top 5. We have 4 non-Busch Series winners in the top 5 right now. Reed Sorensen in the 41, Clint Boyer in the 2, John Wood in the 47, Shane Mill in the 32 back in 5th.
I believe Scott Briggs got his first Busch Series win here as well.
Now here's the victim of that crash a while ago on the back straightaway. Of course, we had no caution. Ashton Lewis in the 25 car looks like he has a left front tire flat, and he stayed out there a couple of laps hoping that a caution would come out, but it looks like he's going to have to come to pit road, and he was running on the lead lap, but right now he's back in 24th and needs to get to pit road before it comes apart and tears that fender up. The big thing right here, 45 miles per hour down this long pit road. That's where you lose so much ground, as well as the pit stop itself.
He told Dick Bergen earlier today in qualifying he thought he had a great race car and a shot to win. But Ashton Lewis Jr. will go to pit road. We take a look at Jamie McMurray. Dick Berggren has more on him.
Yeah, he's been running a lot further up just a little while ago, Steve, but McMurray's car is just not handling on this particular set of tires. The car is loose going into the corners, tights coming off the turns, and McMurray is calling the changes that he wants from behind the wheel. Now, many drivers will just tell their crew chief what the car is doing, leave it up to the crew chief. McMurray is telling them how much air pressure he wants to have changed, how much wedge he wants to have changed. And he's got plenty of tires to dial that car in. 3 sets of brand new tires just sitting here waiting for the conclusion of this event.
You know, Jamie McMurray, he loves to race, and he loves to be a part of the race team. I saw him this morning talking to Blake Banger. They were looking at tire codes and air pressures and things about the tires. And he lives up in Troutman, which is probably about 10 or 15 miles north of where the guys' shops are. And he said, Larry, I want to move closer because I want to go to that shop and I want to spend more time there. I want to hang out with my boys.
Yeah, we got to the track here on the garage open about 7 a.m. Jamie McMurray was right behind us with a cup of coffee. He said, life is good. I love to race.
And I bet he also said,
and it's cool. He did. Oh, Reed Sorensen thinks it's cool at the front. He's led all 66 laps. Reed Sorensen has led all 71 laps here at the Nashville Superspeedway. He has a lead over second place Kenny Wallace of about 5 seconds. There's Michel Jourdain as we participate in the errands, do the math. He started 38th all the way up to 20th.
And I just think that run, Jeff Hammond talked to him in the pre-race, that run that he had at Atlanta last week, that had to have given him and that race team so much confidence. He qualified up there in 6th, and he stayed in the top 10 or 12 all day long, Michel Jourdain in the 10 car.
He's driving for PPC Racing. That has been one of the preeminent Busch teams for the last 5-6 years. They've won championships with Jeff Green. They had Jason Keller. He finished second a bunch of times. One of the best Busch Series teams out there.
Well, and that had to give Michel confidence just that the race team that he started driving for, knowing the history of that Busch Series team with Greg Pollard. See Sterling Marlin in the 40 car, remember, had trouble earlier. He's back out there in 41st position, 18 laps down. But this is a team that Sterling won't be running all the races, but they are running all the races, chasing that owner's championship like a lot of other teams. See Stanton Barrett right there behind him in the 36 car.
We got 27, make that 23 drivers on the lead lap.
And Stanton Barrett in the 36 we just were talking about, he's the last car on the lead lap in 23rd. And right now, Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car is bottled up behind Ryan Hemphill in the 4, who's a lap down, as well as that's a 72 car of Jeffrey Bodine trying to work through this lap traffic. And he is back in the 9th position. I definitely think they're making that car better, but he's just struggling. You can see right there, wiggled coming off turn 2 and got in the side of Jeffrey Bodine in the 72. Biggest thing he's trying to do is get through this lap traffic. This is the battle that's been heating up right here for second. Kenny Wallace in the 22 car. We talked about Clint Boyer in the 2. We're looking at him right there. Car just seems to really come to life well into a run. And right now, these guys have about 45 laps on these tires on this run right now. Oh boy, look at there. Look at there. Bristol. Everybody be doing the Bristol Stomp next Saturday and Sunday. Busch Series and Nextel Cup.
Has nothing to do with aerodynamics. It's all about letting that rough side drag.
You better believe it. The short track that thinks it's a speedway or the speedway that thinks it's a short track. Not sure.
And as you said, leave your feelings out on Highway 19.
If you don't, you'll get them hurt, trust me. It don't matter if you're a driver, an owner, or a tire changer, or a crew chief.
Kenny Wallace able to put a little distance now between he and Clint Boyer in the 2 car. You know, if Clint Boyer could have held on last year, he would have won in his 2nd NASCAR Busch Series start.
And ran well the entire day. It was not like something that just happened at the end. Just led a lot of the race and ran good all day long. But once again, like we were talking at the beginning, the giving went out the window when they took the white flag and everybody was trying to take.
It's all about taking.
Michael Waltrip took.
Yes, he did. Well, Reed Sorensen's had his way with the field today, leading all 77 laps. We'll be back to Nashville. You're watching FX.